welcome to Conversations with Carissa. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. But before you leave, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And so to my subscribers, I want to apologize to you guys because I was supposed to come back to you and tell you what the changes were going to be with the channel. This video is actually about the summer garden, and since this is the first day of summer, this was the appropriate time for me to come to you and talk about nothing but the garden. But I do want to share with you guys in another video what the changes are. But I can tell you right now that one of the changes that I am making is going to be the change of the name, the change of how the channel is looking. So I am really working on that. So you're going to see some different changes to it, and you tell me how you guys like it or what have you. But I'm really excited to just come to you all and just kind of share with you the positive things that are going to take place. This time I am definitely going to share that with you. I am not going to wait 2 months later, not 2 months because it's actually I think it's 6 months. 6 months later, I will not wait this long to come to you guys with this change or what have you. But without further ado, I want to get into what's going on in the garden, you guys, the summer garden. I have added so much to the garden, you guys, to where I just could not keep up with all that I had in the garden. So I had to write things down, y'all. I had to write it all down. And so I'm keeping a little journal, a garden journal, you guys. I'm keeping a garden journal, and so far I have for vegetables, I'm going to run it down and I'm going to let you guys see it as well. Oh God, this plane is coming by, you guys, but I'm going to try my best to talk over the plane, y'all. Okay, so for the vegetables, I have peppers. Bell peppers are green and orange, and I might have red in that as well. I have jalapeno peppers. I have 2 different types of jalapeno peppers. One of the peppers that I added to the garden is called a jalapeno. It's supposed to be heatless, but it's supposed to have the same flavoring of a regular jalapeno pepper. I have banana peppers, I have sweet, and I have hot. I also have habanero peppers, hot habanero peppers, okra. Now you guys, I told you a while back how much I love myself some okra, and I was looking forward to pickling okras as well, because I love pickled okras. If you haven't tried it and you like okras, try it out. It's really good, y'all. And so I love okra, and my daughter loves okra, and my grandbaby loves okra as well. And so I have planted a plethora of okra, okay? I plant a whole bunch of it, okay? So we can have it throughout the year, whether it's pickling or just cooking it or freezing it or what have you. And so I did that. And I have Swiss chard. I have basil. Y'all know I love basil too. I have planted so much basil throughout the garden, not only just to eat, but also I was told on one channel that basil deters hornworms, and so I was just kind of giving it a try. I may end up having to sacrifice some basil. That's why I included more basil in the garden as well. I have beans, bush beans. I have the royal burgundy bush beans, and then I also have the green beans as well. Now, my royal burgundy bush beans, they did come through really well. Oh, they sprouted so well. But I was having problems with my green beans. So what I did, I went to Tractor Supply. That was the first time I've ever visited Tractor Supply, and I bought some beans, y'all. Some huge, they huge. Bought some beans, and I planted them in the little I guess a little grow container, and I want to say 3 days later they germinated, and they are huge, and you'll see that. Okay, so I also have cucumbers. I am trying, my cucumbers last year didn't do well at all. I mean, it was just a hot mess. It was just a hot mess. It didn't do well, but it's doing pretty good right now, you guys. And so I planted two types. One, it was the Salamore bush. No, that wasn't that. It was the lemon cucumber pepper. I bought it as a plant. Did I buy it as a plant? Let me see. I don't know. I have to check and see. I don't think I bought it as a plant. No, I did not do it. I didn't buy it as a plant. I actually I seeded those. And I seeded the Salamore bush cucumbers as well. But I am excited to test out the lemon cucumber peppers. The lemon cucumber, okay? I'm looking at the camera to make sure that my battery is not acting crazy. And then for herbs, I've expanded my herb garden, you guys, and just want to let you know that all of my plantings are in pots. Okay, they're in pots. I planted a lot of herbs, you guys. Most of them, actually all of them, I bought them as plants. The lemon balm, I had that for about 1.5 years, and it's not really doing too well. I harvested a lot of it, and then it went to seed, and then it just started acting crazy. And so I am propagating that plant along with some mint and more basil, you guys. More basil. I know I'm just going basil crazy, but I ended up doing that as well. So I have in my herb garden, and that's kind of spread it all over the patio, what have you. I have the lemon balm, as I mentioned, the sweet mint, the mojito mint, rosemary, and then rosemary. Rosemary. Then I have sage. I have the golden variegated. I have the golden variegated sage, and then I also have the pineapple sage as well. And so this is the first time for me for both of those, and so I'm excited to use that as well. Now the pineapple sage, I understand that you can use that in your tea, and I'm not a coffee drinker, you guys. I am a tea drinker, and so I use all of what the herbs medicinally in my tea. Well, you know what it's supposed to help anxiety, and what other properties it has? And it helps anxiety. It helps. There are others, you guys. Not just anxiety, but there are others. But when I do the tour, it'll come back to me. I'll get back to it. And then I have some dill, first time growing dill. I have dill, and then I have chamomile as well. And so I'm really excited to use that. Now I drink chamomile tea, but I have to mix the chamomile tea. But this, I never realized that chamomile smells so good, you guys. And so I'm excited to use that in my tea as well versus buying chamomile tea. Then I also have, going back to the vegetables, I kind of got out of order with this. I have about 5 different varieties of tomatoes, y'all. Yes. Now, earlier, about a month or so ago, I was dealing with not root rot. It was something about the tomatoes were getting dark underneath. And I can't remember the name of it, but I will probably post it up, or it will come back to me once I give you guys the tour. And so I was able to mitigate that. Thank God I was able to mitigate that in one of the plants, one of the tomato plants. And so I have a yellow pear tomato plant, a brandywine, a Mr. Stripey, a bush Goliath, and a big boy tomato plant as well. I'm looking at this. Oh my God. I am looking at, wow. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm looking at this, what you call those little things that be in your yard? This is crazy. Lizard. I'm looking at this lizard, and so I don't know. When his throat kind of, it's green now, you guys. And so when his, I don't know what he was doing with his throat, but it turned pink. So he's pink and green, y'all. It's pretty, but it just won't go away. It keeps living over here in this little area that I'm filming. I wish I can turn it around and let you see it. I might be able to post it, use my camera to post my phone camera to post it if I don't scare it away. But anyway, let me get back to what I got in this garden. And so the last thing I got is for fruit. For fruit, I have a blueberry, of course the 2 blueberry bushes. Now I've had those for about a year and a half, and it started fruiting, you guys, and I have been just picking those blueberries off and just enjoying them to the utmost, y'all. And let me tell you, blueberries from your garden that you grow is much sweeter and nicer, and it holds a lot longer than the blueberries that you buy in the grocery store. And so if you don't get anything, if you don't try, if you're not a gardener and you want to try something different, get your blueberry bush. You know, get your blueberry bush. You cannot go wrong. I think eventually I am going to plant them because it is a bush, so I can plant them in ground, and I think I'll eventually do that. I just don't know exactly where I want to plant them. The next thing I have is the lemon tree. Now the lemon tree, I put it in the garage. No, I didn't put it in the garage. I kept it out. Now remember, we go back and look at that video, we had 2 lemon trees. One of the lemon trees I had for 3 years. The other one, we just only had it for about a year. Now, the second tree that we got, we planted it in the yard, and the weather got it, you guys, and it just never recovered. The one that's in the pot had a rough time, and I had to cut it all the way back, you guys. But it started sprouting leaves. The one out that we planted, it died. It wouldn't grow leaves or anything, so we had to just kind of send it on to its grave, y'all. But we ended up getting a peach tree instead, and so it's out there. I think it would probably do better than the lemon tree, and so we'll see, but you'll see that in the tour as well. And then the raspberry tree, we still have that. I didn't plant it yet. It is in a pot. It's looking a hot mess right now. I've got to do some pruning because it's growing everywhere. And it sprouted a whole lot of raspberry, you guys. And now it's just kind of looking crazy, but you'll see it. And so that is all that I have Well, no, that is not all that I have. I am also seeding. Well, I put it in a little seeding container, kohlrabi. I've heard so much about kohlrabi, and I want to give it a try as well. So I have those planted, and they have sprouted, and you will see that. And I tried to do onions before. They just didn't do right, and so I'm not going to plant those. I might try the onions again. I might direct sow those instead of putting it in the little container. Maybe it'll do better if I don't just put it in the little container or what have you. But so I got that going, and then I also have seeded some jalapeno peppers. I'm waiting for those to come up. I know I got jalapeno peppers all over the place, but I wanted more jalapeno peppers because there's so much that you can do with it. And I've given all of my jalapeno pepper, my pickled jalapeno peppers, I gave them all away, and I don't have any more. And so it's time for me to really harvest some of those peppers off. And when you see them, man, they are huge. I don't know if it's going to end up being one video, but if it is, it's going to be a long one. So sit back and get your coffee, your tea, your popcorn, or whatever else you drink, or whatever else you eat, because I got to show you this video, the garden as well. And so the last thing I got on my list is, told y'all I had a lot, y'all, and I had to write this stuff down. So the last thing I got are the flowers, y'all. I got some nasturtium. Now, you know, you can use nasturtium medicinally. You can eat it. I think you can eat the flower, and then you can also eat the leaves as well. Or you can put the flower in, or you can put the leaves in your tea, and you can eat the flowers. Or use it as a garnish on your salad. But I'm gonna try eating it as well. You know, I'm the type of person that I try anything one time. Okay. I have a hollyhock. I planted the hollyhock. Am I saying that right? Hollyhock. I planted that twice, you guys, and it didn't come up. The second time it did, only one came up. I don't know why, but only one came up because I planted several of them. I planted zinnias, and these are all from seed, you guys. I'm so proud of myself that I did these from seed. And so I got some zinnias, some giant double zinnias. They're growing really well. And then I have this huge sunflower plants that I'm growing as well. I'm so excited to see how that's going to turn out. And then the last is a black-eyed Susan. I don't know what that is good for, but I saw it in the store. Now that's not from seed, but I saw that in Home Depot or Lowe's, one of those stores, big box stores, and I thought it was so pretty. And since I didn't have really any flowers that are blooming yet, besides the ones that are on the vegetables, I don't have any in. There's a bee, you guys. I don't have any flowers that are actually sprouted yet, so I'm excited to see those pretty soon as well. And so that is it. And without further ado, I am going to probably come back to you when the sun kind of dies down just a little bit, because it is really hot out here, you guys. And then I'll tune in a little later to show you how the garden is looking. All right, I'll see you in a short moment. So go take a break, do your chores, do whatever you need to do right now, and it'll be back in about a second, you guys. You know how we do that editing thing, so you'll sit in a few. All right, and I'm going to take 2 on this one, all right? Okay.